Hey guys, and welcome to another live stream, the Funkykit show, and it's February the 1st. Yes, PST. For me, it's the 2nd. But yeah, another great show we got lined up for you guys. We're going to bring in special guest Sam Reynolds, and he's one of the editors from blockworks.co, and we're going to talk about crypto. Yes, the crypto craze for the last couple of months, and it's kind of blew up like the last year. It's just nuts. We're going to talk about the exchanges. We're going to talk about a little bit about the technology behind it, blockchain, maybe some difference between the wallet and an exchange, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, crypto is the topic for today. Great. So let's have a look and bring in the guests and see who's online. Okay, just starting to flow in. Right. So yeah, I think it's early morning for us in Asia, and it's like 2 a.m. GMT, so that's in Europe. So unfortunately, you guys can have to catch up on the show. And then we got I think it's 5 p.m. Yeah, 5 p.m. PST. So and then that's like 5 p.m. plus 3 at 8 p.m. EST. So guys in the US, join in. All right, so we're gonna bring up the agenda and have a look. Okay, you can see we're gonna do some updates on the Funkykit website and AMD 3D, and then we'll bring in special guest Sam Reynolds from blockworks.co, and then we'll talk a little bit about Rig Builder, because that's our little system configurator for you guys. You can, if you want to kind of build up a system, and it'd be a good place to check out the prices and stuff like that. And then we'll do mods of the week. So I'm not sure if Sam is into modding, but it will do a catch up on the mods of the week, which we did yesterday. And then we'll take a break. We'll take a couple of minutes break after that, and then we'll come back in with a chat. We'll talk about cryptocurrency, blockchains, wallets, and all that kind of stuff behind crypto. And then we got our prize giveaway announcements, and also a live prize giveaway. We're going to give away another Funkykit t-shirt. Yes, our merchandise, which you can get from streamlabs.com/funkykit/merch. And if you want to support us, you can go there and actually get some merch. Hey, we got a viewer just joined. Fred, how's it going? And Emma, hi grandparents. Cool. And then after that, we'll do a wrap up, and of course next week's preview, or this week's preview, and then we'll talk about some of the streaming shows that we have during the week. All right, so let's bring on the website and have a look what's going on here. There you can see Sam, top left, or top right hand corner. All right, so okay, so let's have a look. Right, news. Have a look. Okay, go MSI announcing cashback. Yes, spring cashback for all the all-in-one PCs, mini PCs, professional monitors. You want to check that out. We got QNAP. They're like a NAS storage device manufacturer. They got like some new devices for storage. I think I'm gonna get one myself, because I'm doing all these videos and streams, and I have nothing to store them in. I've got like a 2 terabyte. That's not enough. Look at this, I think it's 12 gigabit. Wow, 12 bay. Wow, massive. All right, moving on. We got some new power supplies from Miss Huntke. I never heard of them, but apparently they just released some new power supplies. This is interesting. I like this one. It's the Geforce Rtx 3090 Hall of Fame edition. It's a white graphics card, and I particularly like this one. Look at the LCD on that display showing your temperatures and fan speeds and that. Oh, I love this. Expensive, I expect. Probably 2,500 around that price because of the scalpers. But yeah, very nice. Love to see this. If I can get one. Well, I don't know when. Shortage of graphics cards on the market right now. So, all right, this is the Asus new ZenBook Duo. This was reviewed by Gadget. You got the LCD screen at the bottom here, right there. See that right there? Very nice. It's more of a control panel as well, touch screen. You can use that to flip to different windows and things like that. Interesting concept. Not cheap though. Pretty pricey, but it does offer good performance. Look at that. Check that out. It beats the previous ZenBooks and also the Dell XPS 13. Very nice. But yeah, check out the review done by Engadget. They have that on their site. And then have a look. GeForce Now available on Chrome. So they've added Chrome support for GeForce Now. So that means you'd be able to play GeForce Now on your MacBook. Okay. So yeah, great. And the other one I mentioned yesterday is this one, the GeForce RTX 3080 Ti. So I think it was allegedly tested, and it was actually shown some results. 20 gig DDR6X. It's kind of in between, or sits in between the Geforce Rtx 3080 and the 3090. Yeah, so I think they're trying to kill off AMD, but on the Radeon. But performance very close to the 3090. Price wise, to be confirmed, but they say MSRP around $1,000. Who knows? Could be 1,005 or more because of the scalpers. We'll see anyway. All right, Lily Forever Sevens joined, so thanks for joining. And one of our subscribers. Great, thank you. Okay, so that's Funkykit. Let's move on to AMD 3D. AMD 3D is our sister site. Was launched early last year. Is to talk about AMD, anything AMD related, with Ryzen, Radeon, Threadrippers, Xbox Series X, and PS5, because they also use AMD. So anything to do with AMD, you can check out the news, announcements, and also some of the gaming news as well. So yeah, check that out. I don't think we have much here. This is interesting, this one. Ooh, look at ad. The Radeon RX 6700 XT, that's rumored to have 12 gigabytes of GDDR6 memory, and that's I think it's to compete with the 3070 GeForce, and it looks interesting. Price wise, I'm not sure what, maybe around about $500 ish. Yeah, but if you're an AMD fan and you want to get some good decent prices, then I think this is it. So you can see it's using the Navi 22 XT, 12 gigabytes, and it's got a lower memory bus and possibly the same speed as the 6700. That's going to be announced around about March, so we'll see. But if you got the money, you can actually get the 6800 as well. They ain't too bad. All right, so AMD 3D covered. I'm going to bring in special guest now, Sam Reynolds, who's one of the editors, wrote work for Blockworks.co, and we're going to be talking about crypto. So let's bring on the guest. Hi, Sam.
What's going on, guys? Hey, what's going on, Funkykit crew?
Yeah. So tell us who you are, what you do, and of course, we'll start off with some of the things you've been up to. So go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm a reporter for Blockworks, and Blockworks covers the intersection of big finance, institutional finance, so like banks, pension funds, hedge funds, and crypto. Because as you guys know, over the last few months, we've had a huge bull market for crypto. It's been on a huge tear. And what's caused that is all these big players, like big banks and big pension funds, jumping in to the market. So it's not like 2017 where it was all, ICO scams. This is actually real money, and now quite serious money as well.
So you've been in the tech industry for a while, and of course I think I met you back in Computex, wasn't it? And you were working for Gigabyte, right? I remember.
That's right. So I worked for Gigabyte back in like 2015, 2016, just before the big run on GPUs for mining. So this was back when Ethereum was still in its infant stages and could be mined on a GPU. And yeah, this became for Gigabyte and like Asus, Acer, all those guys, a huge market. But now you can still somewhat do it, but it's not really profitable to mine with GPUs. So it's leveled off.
Right. I think back then when the prices were like 2017, it spiked, right? And that was the time when the again graphics cards were shortage and people buying them for mining and stuff like that. And I think people don't realize that when you mine, it's not just you mine and that's it and you get your coins. The difficulty goes up, right? When there's a shortage of coins. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So right now, most of the mining sector is done by these massive companies, largely based in China, but more and more actually going towards North America. And so they've got massive farms of these specialized miners that have chips that are built just for mining. And they go to where you have cheap power. So here in Canada, for instance, in British Columbia, we make our power via hydro, so dams, and it's quite cheap. So you have more of these operations coming here, as well as Quebec, same thing. And then in the US, just where they have cheap power. So that's a huge move away from China to North America. Just look for that cheap power.
Yeah. So with that said, the mining operations are mostly now big corporations, and they can actually and it's not just the GPUs they use, right? They have, like you said, specialized chips. What do they call them? Ant miners? Is that call them? Is that what we call them?
Yeah, so Antminers is a brand, but
Yeah.
in these miners is a thing called an ASIC, an application-specific integrated circuit, and they're made at like TSMC in Taiwan, and they're just built for mining. So you can't say run games on them or anything. They're just designed to crack that hash rate.
Yeah, the hash rate. That's nuts. But GPUs is going to be difficult to get hold of, even if you want to get into the mining of GPUs, because shortages and scalpers and stuff like that. So let's talk a little bit about the crypto currency, the world of crypto, because a lot of people don't understand that, like what it's all about. What is a blockchain, and how does this whole thing work? So start from the kind of like a beginner's guide. What this whole crypto is about.
Yeah, sure. So a blockchain is just a way to verify data and transactions across a broader network. And they work through consensus. So whenever I do a transaction, you have to also agree on that as well. And so does he and he and he. That way, you can't have double spending or any kind of ways to push through false information, right? It's one ledger that's verified by different parties. So that makes it perfect for sending off currency to each other, right? So from this ledger, you've got cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and like Ether, which are built on a blockchain and that are used to send over capital in different forms to different people. So I can send you Bitcoin or Ethereum, or there's a new category called stable coins. And these are cryptocurrencies that are pegged to like the US dollar, for instance, that exist on the blockchain.
Right. So yeah, I noticed that some of the, like they mentioned stable coins. I think there's one called US Tether, USD coin, and a few others. Right, where like I say, it's pegged to the dollar. It's more of a stable kind of asset where you don't want to convert it to cash. You just want to put it into or transfer it to another coin, where it's not cash. You know what I'm saying? Is that right?
Yeah, so the two big coins you mentioned, one is called Tether, one's called USDC, and you're right, they exist as a dollar more or less, right? So somewhere in a safe, they have $1 for every Tether or every USDC issued. That way, it's stable, right? So they're quite useful when you make some gains in the market. You do well in Bitcoin or Dogecoin or something,
Doge.
and you want to keep your earnings on the blockchain without cashing out, because when you cash out from your cryptocurrencies to fiat currencies like US dollar, Hong Kong dollar, normally it's taxable. Right now in Hong Kong, you guys have some pretty sweet tax laws, so it's less than in the US or Canada. But in this way, you convert it to an asset that's more stable, the US dollar, without having to cash out and pay tax on that. So it's very useful if you want to take a breather, for instance, right? And then just keep your assets on the blockchain without staying invested in something.
Right. So to bring back to the blockchain, so the blockchain is like a ledger, and then
Yes.
when I send a payment to you, it gets verified. So is that the verification process is what the people do with the hash rate and stuff like that. So it verifies the transaction, and then it kind of updates the ledger. Is that right? And then it kind of
Yeah, that's more or less correct. And so then you cycle through that and then keep on going. And thus you have this whole ecosystem that works and people trust, because you can't say send Bitcoin to me and then say, oh, no, I didn't send that. I want it back, stuff like that. It's verifiable. And then once the transaction goes through, it's on the blockchain, it stays there, right? You can't change that.
Okay, we got a viewer saying SHA256. What is that?
Yeah, so that is one of the different kind of cryptographies that's used in blockchain. So the way you mine currency is your computer attacks a cryptographic algorithm like SHA-256, and it works to try and crack that. And you exchange your CPU power or GPU power, or whatever it is, for rewards. So that is how they measure difficulty with stuff like that.
So this is where the mining comes in with the GPUs and stuff like that. Is again, they used to hash rate crack that algorithm, and then you get awarded for using the power, the CPU power and stuff like that. So the basic question is now: is it worth mining? You mentioned it's not worth it, right? Is that what's the?
Yeah, not really. So these days, it's so tough to actually make a profit mining unless you have insane scale. So most of the mining now is done by, these big groups that have maybe a few thousand
Ah,
miners on hand, right? And they've got the capital to move these devices to where they find cheap power. So like in China, for instance, in the rainy season, they move down to the south of China, where they have more hydropower, stuff like that. And then when it turns to winter, they go north where they have cheap coal power. So it's very like they have a great migration of these miners.
that's nuts.
Yeah, so it's not worth it unless you have that kind of scale.
Oh, nuts. Okay, so let's talk about Blockworks. So let's move on to the website so quickly, so you can see Blockworks right here. So this is you're actually writing for Blockworks, and as you can see, you got the ticker there with all the assets. But it's not just crypto, right? It's all different. Like you got S&P in there, you got 10-year yields and all kind of stuff. Oil. So again, this is more of an investment slash kind of. Is that what it is for this website? Explain a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
so it covers the intersection of institutional finance and cryptocurrency. So, we look at, okay, so how is this bank or how is this pension fund or how is this insurance company treating crypto? So, a big story of the last year has been that one of the biggest insurers in the US, a firm called Mass Mutual, they now have in their balance sheet crypto, right? So any insurance company, they keep on their books different kinds of assets because their whole thing is if they have to pay out the premiums, pay out the policies, they must have some cash on hand to do that with, right?
Right.
So they're going to invest in different kinds of assets. They might be equities, might be oil, but now they have Bitcoin there. So it just shows that with these very turbulent, crazy COVID markets, you have this hunt for alternative asset classes, and this is now crypto.
Right. So are institutional investors buying into this Bitcoin as in as a
Yeah, they are definitely. So
yeah.
if you look at lots of these big investors, most of them now have a Bitcoin or crypto strategy.
Right. Right. And is something that everybody's jumping on, or is it just something that is do you think is gonna fizzle out?
Oh no, it's going to be a huge trend in the next few years, right? You're going
Mm.
to have this massive push from these big investors to chase yield
Right.
because the stock market is, aside from things like the GameStop craze, it is fairly divorced from the reality of the economy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
despite the prices of, like we were talking earlier, in Hong Kong, for instance, you have a lot of closed storefronts because of closed borders.
Mm.
So, yeah, it's tough to, validate these stock prices without an economy to back it up. And the big money knows that there could be a crash soon, so they're going to hunt for alternative assets.
Right. And let's talk about what do people do? Do they just buy the Bitcoin, or is it something that you go through an intermediary, or how do people get into Bitcoin and say, okay, I'm not gonna mine. It's gonna cost too much because of the GPUs. Let's go and buy some, right? So what's the first steps you think they need to do? How do they buy it?
Yeah, so for retail investors, there are plenty of exchanges out there where you
Mm.
can go on and purchase crypto.
Right.
So you can do that. And then you have this new category called decentralized finance, where effectively you can lend your crypto out on the blockchain to traders, and they'll do the trading, and you earn a interest rate. kind of like how with a bank, right? You deposit your funds in your account at the bank for savings,
Yeah.
and the bank does their work with it, right? And they pay you an interest rate. The difference is you might get 1%, 2% at a bank these days, but on compound, you can get like 8, 9, 10%. So there's a whole new category of different kinds of products that emulate existing bank accounts and bank services, but they give you a much more fair return.
Right.
So DeFi is a huge trend right now and definitely is generating demand for crypto. And for you as an investor, as a retail investor, you can, really earn interest rates that are much better than what a bank gives you.
Wow. So now it's more cryptocurrency now is more of a, like I said, like a, what do you call it, instrument, like an asset where it actually does bring in like investment possibilities where you can actually then earn interest. Wow. Who would have thought like only like maybe 5, 6, 10, even 10 years ago when it first started, it became such a kind of powerful tool, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can look up right now the amount of capital locked into DeFi has passed 20 billion US dollars. So yeah, so it's pretty insane just
That
how people have jumped
you,
on this.
you say 20 billion and that is real backed up asset cash ready.
Yeah, so open your
Wow.
browser and then you can go
Yeah.
on to look up DeFi total value locked.
Okay. So DeFi, DAFI, right?
DEFI.
DEFI total value locked. All right. So look.
Yeah, so
Wow.
DeFi Pulse is the site, the first one.
This one. Okay. Check it out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Look at that.
$27.5 billion dollars. And so that's just capital locked in different protocols where you can do things like, earn interest or get a loan, stuff like that. So yeah, different categories right there. There's also things like derivatives. So you can bet on different things like Bitcoin futures, so on and so forth.
So let me get this right. You can actually then buy Bitcoin, store that away, use it through DeFi, right? Is that right?
Yes.
And then use
Yeah.
that then to invest and do other stuff with it, as if like it was a more of a finance product. Is that right? Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So the idea is it's supposed to emulate some of the best features of banks, like having a savings account, but it's decentralized. It's not.
Decentralized and it's actually I won't say controlled by well I say semi-controlled by you, right? Because you decide how many bitcoins you want to buy. You decide how many investment you're going to put in,
Yeah,
and
there's that, and also all these protocols have open source governance protocol, so you can actually inspect the governance documents of this.
so it's a little bit of transparency, which a lot of the
Absolutely.
banks
Yeah.
and big institutions don't let you know because, like I said, 10, 15 years ago, if you want to get into stock market, man, it's like you just didn't know where to start. The high fees, the exclusive club that you need to be in, and stuff like that. But now, with apps and all that kind of stuff, it's just bringing everyone together, and it's much easier now. All right, cool. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
well, I think the idea is, in '08 we had a huge financial crisis where all these banks were exposed to subprime mortgages, right? Now, you as a retail investor could probably not determine that, right? Unless you were an analyst or you had some pretty detailed information. But on the blockchain, that's all open source. You can yourself inspect the details of these different protocols and inspect some of the assets they hold and the activities. So you yourself can make a decision whether you want to invest or not.
That's true. That's true. Because back in the 2008 crisis, the subprime mortgage and stuff like that, it kind of crashed. Is because the institutions, the banking institutions, the investments, and all that kind of hedge funds, whatever, they were just bundling debt together with other toxic debt. And when I say toxic debt, those are the debts which are not payable, right? People
Yeah.
are going to go default on their and that debt. So they bung that in there and then package it up and then sell it, right? And that's when it all crashed because even with one or two toxic debt assets in there, it's gonna just crash. It's like having milk and you putting some sour stuff in there. It's just gonna go make the rest of the milk go off, right?
Yeah, so if you've
And
seen The
that's what
Big
happens.
Short, the movie,
Yeah,
it took one analyst a lot of research time to actually inspect this and find out what's going on, right?
yeah, yeah,
Now, this
yeah.
guy has his proprietary tools that the normal investor could not have. But with DeFi, it's all open. It's all on the blockchain. It's all
And
transparent. You can go inspect
transparent.
it yourself.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. So, Sam, we're gonna go through the some of the stuff that are on our website, and then we're gonna go do a quick break, and then we'll talk more about exchanges and wallets and all sorts, the rest of the crypto. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
sounds
bring
good.
in this. Here we go. Let me bring in this. Here we go, and it's basically our website, Rig Builder. So let's talk about Rig Builder. Rig Builder is our system configurator, which we use or you guys can use, which will allow you then to select some of the products and components you can actually build a system with. And very simple, just select gaming and workstation, do that, and then select the budget. Just say 700, and then you go Intel or AMD for a processor. We go Intel, and we'll go Nvidia or possibly go AMD. Here you go, and then hit submit. And what'll happen is it'll go to the Amazon store, and it'll bring up a load of prices and components best matching your criteria. Now the good thing is that if, for example, if it picks up an Intel processor, a 10 series or 10th generation, it will match then the motherboard to go with the 10th generation processor. For example, right here it's selected Core i7 10700K. So with that you need a Z490 board. So let's have a look. Oh, it's got Intel processors in it. Okay, this is it. It should be a motherboard in there, right? So that's a good thing. We need to figure out any comments, any feedback, or any issues like these, because the main board is meant to be, here we go, B460, and we have this Gigabyte B365 and things like that. So I think we need to update that a little bit. But yeah, select the processor, select the board, select the graphics card. We selected the Radeon. The Radeon graphics cards or graphics card section needs updating because we're taking prices for Amazon. Amazon needs to update their prices. So it has its limitations, but it gives you a general idea what you can expect from a rig builder. Alright, so memory, got Corsair, Mushkin. I think Mushkin, US brand. They kind of restarted their memory line, so very good. Very nice. We'll select, say, Mushkin. Here we go. And SSDs, we got Samsung, we got PNY and Western Digital. So I think I'll select Samsung. This is a good. This is the 980 Pro, very fast. A power supply 850. We got selected 850. So Gigabyte's a nice one. We'll leave it at that. And then case we got Corsair.
Gigabyte, yes, that's a
Yeah.
great company. I used to work there. Full disclosure.
And the good thing is it has the mouse you can move. You can actually select on the product. So if I select, if it's, I'm not sure what Gigabyte power supply is about. So you click on that, it'll open the browser, it'll take you to that page where that product is. And then you also, of course, you can go back after doing that. And then you select the case, Lian Li, Corsair. How about a Corsair case? So once you're ready with the selection, you can then hit buy all. Now, if you're not happy with the selection, you can go back and then rejig your criteria. And once you're happy with that, you just go buy all. It doesn't actually buy all. It just gives you a list of components that you just selected for your final checking. And now, of course, any items which are not listed here in Amazon, it'll show up here. But once you're ready, you can hit continue. Then it'll take you to the shopping cart. And that's something that we're working on, my brother. Of course, we've got some tweaks to make and some updates. And of course, we need to follow what Amazon has for us in their list. So that's basically Rig Builder. What do you think, Sam?
Awesome. Yeah, it looks really nice. Great work.
Yeah. So we've got that on both the Funkykit website as well as the AMD 3D website as well. So you can go there and do some Rig Builder. Yes, check out some prices for your components. All right. So with that, let's move on to something we have, and that is basically this. Yes.
It's time for Mods of the Week.
Yes. It's the mods of the week, and I think Sam, you haven't seen these kind of selection before. It's basically a selection of mods from our Extreme PC and Modding group on Facebook, and the
Nice.
amount of people on there, just crazy amount of mods, right? And we got like I think 65,000 members on there. Thanks guys for joining, and of course if you have any new mods that you want to post, just go ahead and post it on there. Become a member, and it's a great little community for people to just post their ideas or get some ideas about modding. So let's bring on the mods of the week. All right, Sam, you see that? What do you think?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So this is a Hydra case, what they call a Hydra case. It's a mini ITX case. Oh, let's move on this first. This one first. Okay, look at this. This is a crazy desk PC with lots and lots of water cooling in there. It's got those panels on the wall for RGB. You can actually get those, they're quite nice. Look at the chrome tubing and the reservoirs and all that kind of stuff. What do you think? Ratings out of 10?
Yeah, that's awesome. That is out of 10. Oh, that's 9.5.
Yeah, true. I did give that 9.5. Yeah. So that's something interesting. It's just mad. The amount of work you need to do on that, and the amount of money you need to spend on all the water cooling components, it's not cheap. For something like that, you're looking probably in excess of $1,000 just for the water cooling components. Yeah, you got the chrome fittings, you got the chrome piping, you got the reservoirs, and I'm not talking about one reservoir. We got like several reservoirs in there. You got pumps, you got the water blocks. And you need time to design and kind of figure out where all the piping and tubing goes. So the guy probably spent a lot of time on this, and the amount of fans. Yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, 9.5. Look at the RGB.
Yeah, very cool. Very nice.
RGB is the thing now. Everybody's into RGB. Oh, it's got the Lian Li cables as well. Oh, look at this one. I was apparently told this was a Star Wars vehicle. I'm not sure. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks like the thing from Tatooine where the Jawas or something.
Yeah. They go on the desert, right, and pick up all the scrap. Yeah. That's nuts. Look at that.
That is nuts. That's pretty cool.
What are
I
you gonna
wonder
give?
how he molded everything. Like it must be plaster, or what do you think it is?
They said it's 3D printed. So.
Oh right. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this a good 9.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the detail and everything's fantastic. It's definitely a 9.
Yeah, I mean, normally you have a cable, right? And the cable is just a sleeve cable, but they've actually put in reinforced cable that looks like a pipe, you know what I'm saying? The cable.
Yeah.
Electrical conduit, they call them, yeah.
Very cool.
Very nice. Yeah. So we'll move on to another one later. Let's have a look. This one is a standard build with 2 loops, one blue coolant for the CPU and one red coolant for the graphics card, and it's a nice build, not too much modded, but what I like about this is it got the LCD screen at the back that tells you the monitor, the temperatures and fan speeds. So I'm gonna give this a good 8. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate how it's transparent. That looks pretty awesome, and the colors too are awesome too.
Yeah. So this is the LCD panel there showing all the temperatures and fan speeds. And this is where it's off. No out RGB. I think it's kind of semi-built there. This one, mini ITX cases. I like mini ITX because they're tiny, compact. I have one right here. You see that there?
Yeah.
But this one, what do you think?
Yeah, it's very clean, very nice. Definitely, I like the clean finish on that. And of course, with the mini ITX case, right? If you have a small apartment or like a smaller workspace, it's way better, I think. Of course, they're all beautiful, all case sizes.
Out of 10.
But, of 10, 8, I think.
I'm gonna give 7.5. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fred says 9, and then Emma says 8. So you are the lowest judge right now.
I'm a bit strict. Oh, look at this one. This one has some crazy bends, hard tubes, and it's got like this. I don't know. It's got this like an alien feel to it, right? Because if you look at the bends, if you look at most builds, they're straight. They're 90 degrees. This one's all over the place, but it matches the system because it's just so look alien, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That is super cool. Oh, like Mr. Freeze right now, we have the ice theme. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I'm going to give this a 9 because it's unusual. I've never seen anything like this before with the bends, which are not 90 degrees. They're all over the place, but it just matches the system.
Yeah, I think with the bends and definitely the color scheme, that's well done. Definitely a 9.
I think the guys probably spent, did a couple of bends. Oh, so it messed up. Oh, fuck. And I'm going to use them again. Okay, I'm going to reuse them and see how it looks like, and then just added some stuff to it. It looks good. It looks good.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome.
And this is the Hydra case I talked about earlier. So it's a mini ITX case. Look at the size of this thing. It's tiny. Mini ITX board. It's got one big fan, cooler fan. It's CPU cooler fan, and that's from Be Quiet, I think. But the cables are nice sleeve cables, and you can see how everything just fits in with the orange, kind of dark orange and black color theme. I'm going to give this a good 8.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, it's quite well done. I think a very clean design, good profile. So yeah, an 8 for sure.
Yeah. So that's basically mods of the week. I like the Radeon graphics card there. It's a nice big graphics card, but it kind of like sits outside the rest of the components. And
well, compared to the actual case size, it's intimidating. It's pretty big.
Yeah,
right? It's like overwhelming on it.
I think that was what makes this case so different, because it just focuses on one side is just the graphics card, on the other side is just a CPU fan, which covers off the whole thing. So
yeah.
All right, so that's basically mods of the week. What do you think?
Awesome. Great work, guys.
All right, so if you guys want to check out the rest of the mods, we have plenty more mods. Check out Extreme PC modding group at the Facebook. So go ahead and do that. All right, so we covered the news and announcements. We have looked at the crypto, a little bit about crypto. We did the rig builder, and of course the mods of the week. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be back after this, and when we'll talk more about crypto, wallets, exchanges, and the do's and don'ts, and any advice from Sam. So we'll be back after this break, so enjoy, and we'll see you in a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed that little short video, as basically what we do: reviews, content, videos, event coverage, and all sorts. So thanks for becoming a follower and subscriber. Please follow us on Twitter and Twitch as well, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and visit our websites, Funkykit and AMD, for news updates and of course some hot tips. All right, okay, so we're gonna go back to the chat and bring on Sam again. Sam Reynolds from Blockworks.co, and we're going to talk about crypto. Right, so Sam.
Guys.
All right, so let's move on and talk about crypto. Okay, so explain the difference between a exchange and a wallet, and some of the stuff that you mentioned, or some of the ideas and some of the information that you're going to be aware of for potential buyers of cryptocurrency. Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. So an exchange, as the name implies, is where you can buy, sell, and trade crypto, right? You can, trade your Bitcoin for an altcoin, whatever you might want to do there. And so usually the best practice is, after you complete your transaction on the exchange, is to move your tokens to a wallet. And with cryptocurrency, what gives you access to these tokens is the key. Right, the key ensures that you can have control over these tokens. So a very important principle when dealing with wallets is you have to make sure that you control the keys to the wallet. Right, without having those keys, you don't have access to the crypto. So, for instance, there was an exchange called Hydra Case, which was Canada's, largest, or one of the biggest exchanges in the country. And the keys for all of the crypto assets were controlled by its CEO and founder. And roughly about 2 years ago, he vanished and apparently died.
Ooh.
And he took with him to the grave all of the assets the exchange had, because he controlled the keys. So it's very important that for your own sake, you make sure you control the keys, and you go with different wallets that will have that level of access, right? Because you always want a trusted third party to have control over your assets, and not someone with all the keys to the virtual castle. So I can't really endorse, one wallet, but at the same time, it's important just to do your own due diligence and to make sure that the track record is pretty solid, and that these companies give you control of the keys.
Right, so let me break it down. You go to an exchange, you register with an exchange to sell and buy cryptocurrencies, all right? And then from there, once you bought your cryptocurrency, you can actually then move that asset out to an external wallet, whether it be on a phone app, whether it be on a computer, or USB, for example. And that then has a key that locks your wallets. And that key is vital, because then that kind of unlocks the wallet for you, and that's not actually on exchange. So like you said earlier, when that exchange founder kind of just disappeared, your cryptocurrency is gone. So you make sure that if you do buy and sell cryptocurrency, once you've done that, you move your assets out to a wallet. Okay, is that basically what it is?
Yeah, definitely. You can also have the option to self-host a wallet. So all you need is a computer, more or less, and a way to securely store your crypto. So a good idea always is to do what's called cold storage. So you keep the file for the wallet on a platform that's not online. So you can transfer that to a USB and put that somewhere. Now, of course, the issue with that is if you lose the USB, if it vanishes, you've lost your crypto assets.
Yeah.
So there's always that trade-off of having someone else take care of it and yourself, just with the risk factor of, will I lose this? Will it burn down? Whatever it is.
Yeah. I've heard a story where this guy actually, maybe 10, 15 years ago, he had like 5,000 Bitcoins, and it was on his computer, right? And back then it was only like maybe 50 cents. And I think over the years, his old computer, he just threw it away. with the hard drive, and, and now he's going back to the the strict councils and say, hey, look, can we go back into the dump and actually kind of figure out where my computer is? But no, once it's gone, it's gone. So I want to talk about the exchange that we mentioned. Now, it isn't not a good idea or a bad idea, but your assets in the exchange can also be at least kind of semi-safe, right? Because you mentioned something about being it backed up or something. So
yeah, of course. Like most exchanges these days have a pretty good security policy. For instance, Binance, they have a thing. They say the funds are SAFU, SAFU. That came from a typo in a tweet by their CEO, CZ,
yeah.
and he tweeted out that the funds are safe after a attack against their servers. But he spelt it SAFU, SAFU. And as a joke, that is now the name of their insurance policy, right? They have like SAFU insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it stands for, but it's, a fun thing like that. So, with the rise of the interest of big money from banks and pension funds and hedge funds into crypto, you have this industry of custodians that have arrived. Now, custodians are third parties that control an asset. So, for instance, if you're doing stock trading, there'll be a custodian that keeps custody of the stocks. So they've evolved that industry into now crypto. So you have these companies that are third parties and that are insured. They take custody over the assets and keep that for you. So for most people, not required because you don't have enough to make it worthwhile. But if you have any kind of serious assets in crypto, definitely look into a custodian for that. But again, that's at a higher level.
Mm-hmm.
But point is that makes sure that for all these big players, like an exchange or like any kind of crypto wallet service, they have the funds and they're safe.
Mm. That's good. That's good to know, because a lot of people, don't realize that it's a virtual asset. If I put my money in this, that it could be virtually disappear without trace, and I'll never get my money back. But with, like I said, with big institutions going into crypto, and you have custodians looking after these cryptos, I think I won't say 100% backed up, but at least you have some sort of safety net, and of course insurance, right? So that's good to know.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so I'm gonna quickly go on to this web page here. This is Coincap.io, and this is what I use. Okay, so you can see based on the market cap size, look at the size of it's like 1.01 trillion right now on this whole crypto scene, right? And Bitcoin is the largest, and it goes down to Ethereum, Tether. This is the stable coin that you mentioned, right? This Tether, right?
Yeah, so Tether is one of the stable coins out there, and Tether is backed by US dollars. It's tied to US dollars. So it's a way to keep your assets on the blockchain without being in Bitcoin or something.
Yeah. And then further down, you can see XRP. It had a run yesterday or the day before, and it crashed back down again. So it is very volatile. And you just need to be aware of the volatility, and of course, don't listen to other people on Reddit and other stuff like that, because then you just follow your gut instinct, and maybe some friends who are into this crypto scene. The most stable, of course, is I would say stable, but Bitcoin seems to be the major player here. Whenever Bitcoin moves, the rest of the altcoins, we call alternative coins, also move. And then you got others like I think Litecoin, and I think here you go, Binance Coin, and the other one is the Dogecoin. Well, that's dropped too. But hey, what's the thing about Dogecoin? What is it? And do you have any ideas?
Dogecoin is started as a joke a few years back, and Elon Musk seems to really like talk about it. So whenever he pumps up Dogecoin, it always follows on the market going up and that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
It's fun, but you won't get rich from buying Dogecoin. I think the important thing is, do your own research, do your own analysis, and if someone on Twitter or on Facebook or on some forum really loves an altcoin and wants to pump it up, understand that they've got an interest in this. Like John McAfee, for instance, he was for a while on Twitter, and he would pump up these altcoins. Now, the thing is, he didn't disclose that he actually had an interest in these coins. So if you were doing that with stocks, that would be majorly illegal. And it also is with crypto as well, because some are, securities, so stocks in the US. So he was arrested for that and also tax evasion. So just be very cautious out there when looking at altcoins.
Yeah, definitely. So so Bitcoin is a big one, and Ethereum's interesting because it's classed as a cryptocurrency, but of course Bitcoin is the one that people. Can you buy stuff with Bitcoin? Is that?
Yeah, so there was a move a while ago to try and use Bitcoin as an alternative to cash for things like buying and selling goods. That really hasn't taken off. Bitcoin is better thought of as a commodity, not a currency. So you'd be hard pressed to find retailers taking Bitcoin. Like Coinbase, they have a service for retailers to do transactions in crypto, and the level of transactions Coinbase will process for retail, not for trading crypto, for retail, is only like a few, not billion, but 10, 20, 30 million dollars a month, which is nothing. Like Visa will process a lot more, close to $1 trillion, and Coinbase for their retail stuff will do nothing. So it's not really that useful as a currency, but as a commodity, as a store of value, it's much better.
Yeah, so store of value, and I think some countries like Japan and South Korea, maybe they've adopted like Bitcoin, where they can actually purchase some stuff, but not in all retail outlets. Only a certain amount on a small amount of people that use that. And then I've seen a couple of new ATMs, these Bitcoin ATMs. And do you know anything about that, Sam?
Yeah, so I would not advise Bitcoin ATM as a way to purchase Bitcoin because you pay with that a huge premium. So it's designed for the most novice of retail users because they like the convenience of the ATM. So don't look at that. Instead, you can go look at different kinds of exchanges like Coinbase, like Binance. There are a lot. I won't endorse one, but there are definitely a lot. And you'll pay a much better price for it. ATMs always are the most expensive way to buy crypto. So I wouldn't suggest using that as a way to buy crypto.
Yep. And I've just got another question here. With some of these exchanges, I think not Binance or Coinbase, some of the exchanges now offer credit cards. Do you know anything about those? Are they something?
Yeah, what they do is it's just a way to spend your crypto in fiat currency. So they'll issue you a debit card, which gives you the option to use that to spend your crypto, which definitely is a way to do it, right? It's quite convenient. But again, with that convenience comes a pretty big cost. So
right.
If you need that, by all means, go for it. But again, like do your own research and look at what it costs to use a debit card to spend crypto versus having that sent to your own account and then spent like normal.
Okay, and finally, the question about adoption. So right now, you can see a crypto craze for the last couple of months, and it's been like that for about almost a year now. So adoption, what's the rate of adoption? Do you think within the next 3 years, 5 years, that it'll become something quite, everybody will get into it? It'll become the norm. What do you think?
I think it'll be definitely an alternative asset. I think that you'll see in the next few months to years more funds offering ways to invest in Bitcoin, for instance, like a Bitcoin ETF. You'll see more ways for retail investors to get into the game like that. And you'll see Bitcoin being more widely held as an alternative asset to equities or to commodities, that kind of stuff.
Right. And one last question, Coinbase. I heard that they go in public. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Definitely, it's true.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so they're going to do a IPO sometime this year, and it's going to be very exciting for the sector because it'll be the first IPO on the market of a crypto company. Not the first, but the first of a crypto exchange. But regardless, a huge milestone, and I think you're going to see a lot of activity around that.
Great. So there you go, guys. Something to look forward to this year. Coinbase will go public, and the crypto space is gonna be quite interesting. All right. Okay. Cool. Let's bring the next bit, and this is prize giveaway. Yes, we're gonna give away a Funkykit t-shirt, and this is available only to our Twitch users or followers. So guys, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, head over to Twitch, and that's twitch.tv/Funkykit, and we're gonna hit the button here for the t-shirt. Give me a second. I think I got it right here. Yes, we're gonna give away a t-shirt. I'm gonna bring up this website right here. Here we go. All right, start the giveaway, and all right, here we go. I need to pay for this t-shirt for you guys.
Don't drop your password on the stream.
No, they can't see us. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Sam, you can't even see my password.
No, I know. Just kidding.
There you go. It's all blocked out. There you go. Continue. I'll pay by PayPal. I have some funds there too. Yeah, it's gonna cost $12.50, and we have 15 minutes for that prize giveaway to end. So guys, all you need to do is type in this command in the prize giveaway. Let me get that for you, and it is plus I want Funkykit t-shirt, and that is basically it. So let me type that into the chat right now in the Twitch chat, and there you go. That's what you need to type in. Guys, head over to twitch.tv/Funkykit, and then go into the chat, type in plus I want Funkykit t-shirt as on the chat, and you'll be entered into the prize giveaway for the Funkykit t-shirts. I don't have it with me, but it's available. You can see it on the top right hand corner with the merch. Okay, there's the cup, there's the mug, there's a baseball cap, and then you'll see the t-shirt next, scrolling, and this is what you'll be winning right there. That's the t-shirt you're gonna be winning right there, Funkykit t-shirt. All right, so while that's happening, we got 15 minutes. So Sam, any other things that you want to cover?
That's about it for me. So definitely crypto is a very exciting, world right now. And the big trend of the last year has been institutions jumping into the market. And that will definitely continue throughout next year.
Yeah. I've got myself into crypto a couple of years ago, but I didn't actually buy many. I thought about mining, and I did that for a bit. But it was old graphics cards that I had before, right? So, and it wasn't like 10 of them, it was like 3 of them. And the amount of electricity I had to pay for it, and it wasn't worth it at the end. I literally paid about near enough, almost $400 for electricity, and that's like a month. And I was mining maybe 0.2 of a Bitcoin. Or if you talk about value, it was around about $500 for the month. You must think, oh, that sounds good, but imagine if you had to buy the hardware and to pay for electricity bill, then it supposedly you'll pay it off in the month, in the 12 months that you start. But I couldn't do that 12 months. That's just nuts. The amount of heat and cooling you need, it's just nuts as well. So in the end, it wasn't worth it. Yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be profitable to get into mining. However, if you do have that extra hardware, lying around, why not try and experiment? You won't make a buck with it. However, you will learn how the whole process works.
Yeah.
And you'll brush up on your, skills in that sector.
So any apart from your website, the Blockworks or Co, any other places that you can get information about cryptocurrency and blockchain and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely lots of right now high quality crypto media out there. So of course, I've got my bias, blockworks.co, but there's a whole list now of you got the Block, you have CoinDesk, you have all these great media covering this space. So definitely make sure that you get information from a high quality place, a trusted source, and do your own research. and have fun and be careful.
Yeah. So don't just jump on a whim and read all the Reddits. Okay. So the
Yeah,
Reddits,
don't do that.
you need to be super sharp because what they say on Reddit may not be 100% true. Okay. So some people are like die hard kind of Reddit fans. You could get burned. So, but like Sam said, visit the more trusted source, blockworks.co, CoinDesk, and a few others.
Yeah, CoinDesk.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and
CoinDesk, The Block. There's lots of great media out there. As funny as Wall Street Bets is, it's not the best place to take financial advice because those guys, they YOLO, right? Like for every dollar they might make, they also lose money as well. So it's interesting what they're doing, but it's not a good investment strategy.
And like I said, you can't endorse a particular wallet. But for me, I'm currently using a couple of wallets you can actually download on your phone. Although some people say it's not the best practice, I think it's fine. Especially if you're on iPhone, the iPhone's pretty tight on their security. So I would say don't take my advice. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that, but I use the iPhone for my crypto wallet storage. So I think that's fine. I got a couple I use, and best is not just to have one wallet. I would say have at least two wallets. You can just make sure that you go if one happens to because you never know, could be corrupted or somehow, or maybe not working, then the other wallet works fine. So you just need to kind of prepare for yourself for that. And yeah, so I've got a couple. I use, there's a really basic one. I think Exodus is something that's very basic. And then of course all the exchanges. I'm on Coinbase Pro. There's Binance as well, and a recent one which I got my eye on, and it's Crypto.com. So interesting, but yeah, go check out that because you need to do some research because each one has different fees that you need to be aware of, and also when you buy and sell, yeah, be aware of the terms and conditions and have a look at that. And then Coincap Io is a great place to track the current market of crypto. So I think I've bought that here earlier. So let me show you that. So Coincap is just a free website. You don't need to register or anything. It just monitors the prices currently. And also, if you want to have a quick look, you can also check out our website. Our website has the crypto widget right here. I put in Dogecoin right there as well. But yeah, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Yeah, those are the three. I did have XRP, but for some reason, this is my opinion, I never really liked XRP. And the reason why is I heard is that backed up by banks? Is that right?
No, so XRP. So XRP is a coin offering from a company called Ripple. So Ripple wanted to make an alternative to Swift. So if you want to send money abroad, Swift is the way to do it, right? The problem is Swift wire transfer is quite slow and archaic.
Yeah, yeah.
And they wanted to have an alternative to Swift, which I think is a very noble, pursuit, of course.
Yeah.
The problem is that they sold the XRP token, and in the US, the SEC viewed that as a security. And security means, of course, stock. And when you want to sell a stock and do a stock offering, there are lots of rules you have to follow. And the SEC alleged that they weren't following these rules, and they are now in some hot water. So I think most exchanges have actually delisted XRP, so it's not one to touch anymore.
Right. So guys, beware. There are some certain cryptos that you don't want to be, well, I won't say touch, but just be aware of the risks involved because, and to keep up the news, you can go to blockworks.co or other sources as well to make sure that you get up to date with all the crypto information. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at our prize giveaways. You got a timer on that, and current giveaway. We got 6 minutes, so we got another 6 minutes to chat about stuff. All right, cool. All right. Okay, so yeah, Sam, what do you think? I've got a following total followers counter at the top right here. You see that there?
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
6,858.
yeah, so what happens is when it hits 7,000, we're gonna give one of these away. So it's basically a processor, okay? Yep, there's an AMD processor in there, and we're gonna give one of these away, and it's a fairly decent one. It's a Ryzen. Yeah, I'm not gonna say. Hit that 7,000 follower, and we will announce it. Okay.
Surprise! Yeah, that's
It's
fun.
a surprise. And then over this side, we got the live view count. Okay, so right now, concurrent viewers live. And I think the Facebook one is a bit faulty when it switch screens. And it only happens when I do the break. And then come back from the break, and it kind of like freezes for the Facebook
Yeah,
one.
I see you've got 4.5 million viewers right now. That's impressive.
Really?
No.
That's you, because you, Sam.
One day we'll get you to that level of viewership.
Yeah, so people are interested into crypto, and this is a great show for you guys right now. If you miss the show live, you can actually watch it back on Twitch as well as Facebook as well, also on YouTube. So catch up on that, because Sam, it's great to have you on board to talk about crypto, have some information about crypto, and of course, if people need to know what crypto's about and blockchain and stuff like that.
Yeah, thank you. Well, hopefully we can meet up at Computex and check out some of the cool stuff there. You know, every year they have fantastic case mods, and now the show itself is actually evolving to like a broader technology show. So they have lots of tech startups from Taiwan, fintech, blockchain, really exciting stuff.
Yeah. And one quick question about, talked about the website here, and we talked about Ethereum, right? Ethereum. Okay, so
Ethereum.
Yeah, Ethereum. So with Ethereum, is that it's not just a cryptocurrency, right? It's there's technology behind that, and I heard that people are using the programming Ethereum to do all sorts of applications for healthcare, for space, and for all that kind of stuff. Is that a really
For sure, yeah. So on Ethereum, you have Ether. Now, Ether is the cryptocurrency, whereas Ethereum is the blockchain. So they call Ethereum the world's computer. So you can do some really neat stuff with that. So there are lots of startups doing things like supply chain tracking and other kinds of cool applications with Ethereum. Also, you have different kinds of tokens issued on Ethereum. For instance, we talked earlier about stable coins like Tether and like USDC. Well, most stable coins are issued on Ethereum. So they're issued as a token on Ethereum. And in the future, you have the ability to do things like having tokenized assets on Ethereum. So for instance, if you have gold, or if you have oil, or any kind of commodity like that, you can tokenize that and have fractionalized ownership of this.
Wow. So basically, I can create my own Winston coin using Ethereum, and then people can jump on that. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, if you think that you're an asset, you can definitely tokenize yourself.
I'm an asset, guys. Invest in me, okay? Winston coin. Get it right now at only 1 cent.
But I think, though, if you look at someone's portfolio of different kind of cryptos, they might want to counterbalance the volatility of the crazy Bitcoin or altcoin market by also holding tokenized US dollars in the form of USDC or Tether, and also tokenized gold as well. Like, any good portfolio has to be diverse. And so you have the option to counterbalance the risk of, and also excitement of, cryptocurrency by having things like tokenized gold, tokenized oil, so on and so forth.
Nice. So there we go, guys. If you wanted to know more about that kind of stuff, go to blockworks.co, and this is where Sam gets the editing on all the news, on updates on cryptocurrency, technologies, and blockchains and stuff like that. Okay, let's have a look at the prize giveaway. I think we ended. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, we got 2 minutes left. That's okay.
2 minutes until we have a winner of the exotic and elite Funkykit t-shirts. They are funky.
Right, that's right. Hey, here you go. See that baseball cap? That looks very nice. They're quite expensive, I thought, because you can actually buy the merch if you're interested to support us. Go to streamlabs.com/funkykit/merch, and you can actually browse through the catalog of all the merchandise that we have. you can actually buy that. So it actually gets shipped out by Streamlabs, so we don't actually store it ourselves. But Streamlabs, as you can see, we're doing a lot of the overlays and all that kind of stuff, and it's all streamed through Streamlabs, and they have lots of good speeds as well. So yeah, and they do the prize giveaways as well as the merch, so it's all good. And you can see there's a jacket there, and there's a string bag, and there's flip flops, there's a bag right there, the backpack, and we also have a mouse mat. So go ahead and have a look at the streamlabs.com/funkykit/merch, and you can support us by actually getting some merch. All right. Hi sir, give sub. It's a valid Twitch giveaway. Yeah, it's valid to Twitch users at the moment, so or followers. So go ahead and go over to Twitch. That's all part of the Streamlabs. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look. We're almost a minute in. Let's click on that. Have a look. 26 seconds. I'm gonna do a countdown.
26 seconds. Like New Year's, do a countdown.
Yeah. Great. We've got 10 seconds. We've got a couple of people. We only have 4 people entering our competition or our prize giveaway.
Only 4. I mean, for a T-shirt like this, should be the entire audience right now. What's going on, guys? Enter the contest.
I think it's so too early for them over in Asia, and possibly quite late for GMT. It's like 3 in the morning for GMT.
Yes, yeah, time zones are.
So I'm gonna do a countdown. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. I'm gonna pick a winner. Here we go. Oh, Lily Forever 7, you are the winner. All right, complete that. All done. You are the winner. Well done. Congrats. I'm going to give you a clap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you are
Awesome.
awesome. I want to bring my funky chick. Hey, funky chick. Go and say hi to Sam. So this is my mascot. All right. So funky chick, and he's happy. He's happy with the show. He's happy with the content. You know, the cryptocurrency and blockchain. So, all right. So let's go back to the website, and we're gonna quickly mention our prize giveaways on our website right now, Funkykit, and you can see we have this one. This is the Asrock B550 Tai Chi motherboard, and we're giving this away to Twitch subscribers only. Okay, so not followers, but Twitch subscribers. And the reason why we want to do that is it's a nice premium motherboard that we want to give to our Twitch subscribers, because they actually pay to subscribe. Okay, so this is only available to Twitch subscribers. So if you're a subscriber anyway, or Twitch, then go ahead and subscribe to our channel, because once you subscribe, you don't have to subscribe to our channel only. You can actually switch to different channels. So you can subscribe to us, and maybe for a couple of weeks or whatever, you can move on to a different channel. But yeah, if you become a Twitch subscribers, you'll be able to win this. This is a premium prize for our Twitch subscribers. It's the Asrock B550 Tai Chi. Very nice. You can check out the video and our review on our website. Okay, the other one is, this one is open to all. This one is available for everybody. All right, so this is the Asrock B550M Micro ATX motherboard. Supports all the latest Ryzen processors, 5000 series. Again, all you need to do is watch our videos, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitch and Facebook and Twitter and so on. So go ahead and do that. And this closing date is on the 13th of February. So that's about a week and a bit's time. So go ahead and do that. And finally, we have this one, is the MSI Z390 Mini ITX board. And we're going to be bundling an Intel Core i7 8700K processor with it. And we have it right here. You can see that? Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Look at this. Very nice. And in here we have the chip as well. It's already kind of bundled right there. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna give this away, and this is basically our prize to say to our viewers, thank you for joining and becoming a subscriber and follow us and a follower and so on. So it's something that we want to give to our viewers as a sign of an appreciation, as a token of appreciation. Yes. Okay, so that's available right now. And again, same thing. Watch our videos, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitch, and Twitter, and so on. So, yeah, 26 days left. And this is on the closing date, 27th of February. So go ahead and do that. So those are the prize giveaways we have right now on our website. Go ahead and do that. And of course, make sure you visit our website for more news, reviews, and hot tips. I think that's about it for the show. Sam, any last final words?
No, that's it from me. That was good fun. Thanks for having me on the show, and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, Sam, it was great to have you on our show. Always a pleasure. And of course, we'd love to have you back on our show to talk about crypto updates, anything that's interesting on the world of crypto. And if you guys, if you want to have any questions, send us an email, and of course, I'll pass it on to Sam, and we can talk and reply back to you if you have any questions about crypto, blockchain, or anything like that. So Sam, thanks for joining, and we'll see you soon. Be safe, and have a great day.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
Guys.